Hi, welcome to my ingredients analysis and lip swatch application demonstration of the Laura Mercier Rouge Essentiel Silky Creme lipsticks. On the Sephora website, Laura Mercier describes these lipsticks as a weightless statement-making lipstick with high-impact color and a satin finish. The custom curved bullet is sculpted to envelop lips and deliver intense color in one silky swipe. The moisturizing formula lasts up to 6 hours without bleeding, feathering, drying, or fading. So today we will be putting these lipsticks to the test, but before we do that, we're first going to take a deep dive into the ingredients in this formula. We're going to find out what exactly these ingredients are, why they're in the lipstick, and we're also going to make sure that there's no harmful ingredients in this lipstick or ingredients that could potentially irritate our lips. Next, we're going to try out on the 4 lipsticks that I bought, and I did try to buy a range of shades so we could get an idea of what the pigmentation is like throughout these lipsticks. Finally, I'm going to share with you a little trick I have for lipsticks that just might come in handy for you one day when you're on the run, you're on the go, and you need to just add a tiny bit of color to your face. So before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you hit that notification bell, because when you do, you'll always know whenever I'm releasing an upcoming video. And trust me, you don't want to miss my videos, because my videos help you to become a more informed consumer. I look into the ingredients, I read evidence-based research articles, and I really get a good grasp of what these ingredients are and what they do for us, and I share that with you. I have a scientific background. I am both a biomechanical engineer as well as a registered nurse, and I am also a broadcast journalist, so I have a bit of a trifecta going on. My passion is beauty, cosmetics, skincare. I love science, and I can broadcast. So join me on this journey of beauty. I'm so happy you stopped by. Let's get right into these ingredients. The first set of ingredients I want to talk about are the silicones. Silicones are going to give this lipstick just a really nice glide onto the lips. And Laura Mercier did say that these lipsticks deliver intense color in one silky swipe. So I'm guessing she's really relying on the silicones to do that for her. Now, silicones not only help the lipstick to glide, but they also help to decrease transepidermal water loss. When the silicones are applied onto the lips, they form almost this lattice-like structure. And in this lattice, in the little holes, oxygen can pass through as well as nutrients, but water molecules can't, they're too big. So it's going to really help to hold in your natural moisture in your lips already. That's keeping your lips soft and plump, and it's not going to let it escape. So I'm envisioning my lips feeling very hydrated and soft while I'm wearing this lipstick. Next up, we have the emollients, and I do want to point out the caprylic capric triglyceride. Now, I am 36 years old. I have dry skin. I always look for this ingredient in formulas in both cosmetics and skincare because I know it's going to help keep my skin very hydrated. This ingredient is coconut oil plus glycerin. Glycerin is just that super hydrator. It's a humectant and it holds water into your lips in this case, and it's not going to let that moisture leave your body. This is such a key ingredient for anyone with mature skin, and I encourage you to look on your ingredients labels and to see if you have that caprylic triglyceride in there, because if you do, you're on the right track. Now, we also have the octidodecanol, and that's a binder that's going to hold the oil and the liquid components of this lipstick together and to prevent them from separating. There is another binder in this formula. It's called polyethylene, and this one is also a thickener. It helps to just keep the formula nice and thick, and it does increase the thickness of the oil in the formula as well. There are 2 oils in this formula which are going to give us just very emollient moisturizing effects to our lips. And Finally, we have 2 antioxidants. Now, these antioxidants are actually being used as preservatives. Tocopherol acetate is a synthetic vitamin E, and it helps to keep the lipstick from going rancid. And also, both of these antioxidants keep the formula stable when it's exposed to oxygen, so the pigmentation and the formula itself doesn't degrade over time. I bet right now you might be thinking about a lipstick you have that just kind of lost the pigmentation, the color of it kind of switched, and that was due to a defect in the preservatives in the formula. Finally, we do have the opacifying agents, and these are colorants. They help to make the formula more opaque, less clear, less translucent. With each different shade, the quantities of these different ingredients will change a bit to customize the color of the lipstick. And I do want to point out, if you ever see synthetic floral phlogopite in an ingredient, as an ingredient in a label of yours on one of your products, that is synthetic mica. And mica is just going to help to give that nice sparkle, that sheen to the lipstick. And those are the ingredients I did want to point out in this formula. So far, to me, everything really checks out, and it feels that this formula is going to be exactly what I look for in a lipstick. I love creamy formulas that just make my lips feel soft and hydrated and plumped up. I'm really not one of those mattifying type of formula type of women. I just don't like to have my lips feel very dry, and I find that a lot of times the real long lasting lipsticks end up just sucking out all the moisture in my lips. I would rather, for me personally, I would rather continually apply my lipstick and have my lips just feel juicy and succulent, and I always feel that when I wear a creamy lipstick, they just look a little bit more plumpier, and I have a bit of that nice pout. So let's try on these lipsticks and see what we think. Each of these lipsticks come in this nice chrome-like mirror sort of packaging, and it just has a very clean look to it. It says Laura Mercier Rouge Essentiel Silky Creme lipstick, and the net weight of it is 0.12 ounces or 3.5 grams. These do retail for $32 a piece, and the first color we're going to look at is the A La Rose, and Laura Mercier describes this shade as a light dirty pink. Now, I can see that the bullet does have this special curvature to it that's supposed to align nicely with the lips, and there's only one way to find out if it works. So I am going to take off the lipstick I have on right now with one of these Josie Maran Bare Naked wipes. I just love these wipes. And I do want to point out, just as I am about to put on this lipstick, that it is completely odorless. There is no scent at all to this lipstick. So my lips are dry, and I'm not going to use any lip liner because I do want to see if these lipsticks are going to feather on me. So let's try out this a la carte with the curved bullet applicator. So this is essentially one coat of the lipstick on. Now I'm just going to add one more layer because I never just put on one coat of lipstick. So this is about 2 or 3 layers. So I have to say, in just looking at my lips, the pigmentation looks very even. The lipstick, I don't see any inconsistencies in the application of this formula. I feel like it's very moisturizing, and it does actually feel quite weightless. Right now I feel like I only have maybe one coat of a chapstick on. Like I said earlier, there's no scent, and I can't really see any issues with this color bleeding on me. It feels pretty good so far. I do find that this curved bullet is a little bit too big for my lip size, so this may be a little bit nicer for someone that has more plumped up, fuller lips than I do. My lips are quite average in size, which I'm fine with, but I did feel it was a tiny bit awkward applying that lipstick. I'm now going to go through and apply the 3 other shades I have. When I get to the last shade, the darkest shade, I will take a sip from a glass of water and we'll see what the transfer is like. All right, I am just going to stop right now and say that I'm having a lot of trouble applying this lipstick based on the shape of the bullet. This curvature is just too big for my lips, and it's made all of these lip swatches a bit of a struggle. I wish that it just had the normal shape of without the curved portion of the bullet, because the application would be so much easier, but I'm really struggling here and it's just going all over my lips. All right, so that was the last shade, and I did have my tiny little rant, but honestly, the bullet was just a bit of a struggle for me to work through. Also, I just want to point out that I thought the shade would be a lot darker than what it looks like on my lips. I love the shade. I think it's beautiful. I'm really pleased with it, but it just seemed a bit darker than how it turned out to be. Anyways, so let's take a sip of water now. I have my glass right here, and we'll see what the transfer is like. It's what I expected it to be based on the fact that this is a lipstick that's full of just emollients, and it has the triglyceride in it that I love, and it has the oils. So I did assume that there would be a lot of transfer with this color. With that being said, I'm going to just leave this lipstick on my lips now, and I do have the school run in a little while, so I'll come back in later on and check in with you and let you know what it's looking like and did I experience any bleeding. I won't add any more layers to it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is and get on with my day, and we can see for ourselves what just how it wears on the lips. Before I go pick up my kids from school, I do want to share with you my little tip, and this is something you might find yourself just in your car one day about to walk into some sort of wherever you're going, and you're going to think to yourself, oh, I'm going to try out that tip, and then you're going to like it. So just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm about to go into the grocery store and I'm throwing on my lipstick and I feel like, I forgot to wear blush, or I'm just looking exceptionally pale right now and I need a little bit of color on my face. So what you can do is actually just take one of your lipsticks and apply 2 swipes of it to your cheek. Okay, I did 3. And you're just going to take your fingers and blend it into your skin. And this is one of those types of tips where less is more, and it's easier to build than to take away. See how it just gave me that nice little flush? And up close, you can see it doesn't actually look like I'm wearing lipstick on my cheeks. It looks like I just have a nice creamy blush on. So you can build it up as much as you want. I'll add, let's see, a couple more swipes. And just to show you what the color payoff could be like. Look at that. I think it looks beautiful. I'll just put some on this side to even it out. Now, when you think about it, based on all the lipsticks you have at home, how many new blushes did you just realize you have? I think that it just gave me a nice rosy glow. It took, what, a minute really for both cheeks. And if I was walking into a place, I would just feel like I have that little something extra just to give me a little bit more confidence in my appearance. So at this point, I'm going to say goodbye to you. I have a couple errands to run. I have to get my kids from school. I'm not going to change my lipstick, so when I come back, it'll be in about 3 hours, and we'll see how this lipstick is looking. It's been about 2 hours since I saw you last. And in that time, I picked up my kids from school, I had a snack, and I also drank a lot of water. I never reapplied the lipstick, so this is what is remaining. The lipstick has all but disappeared from my lips. My lips right now are feeling a little bit dry, and what's remaining really is just the pigment from the lipstick. And it seems to have traveled a bit, and my lips almost look like they are outlined in a darker pink shade, and then have a bit of this uneven looking color throughout my lips. There is some bleeding as well here on the corners of my mouth, unfortunately. So I would absolutely need to use a lip liner with this formula. I have to say I love the shades in this collection, and it was really hard for me to only choose 4 to use for this video. The colors are all so beautiful, and truly I want the entire collection. I love the formula when I first applied it. It did feel very lightweight, and it also felt very emollient and moisturizing, and my lips felt great. I had a feeling that this lipstick was not made to last because when I took this sip from my water, there was a lot of transfer, and also it was just such a creamy formula. These are the types of lipsticks that need to be reapplied throughout the day. For me personally, that does not bother me at all. I'm used to it and I'm completely fine with it. On the downside, the shape of the lipstick, that concave shape, really just didn't work for me. It was too big for my mouth, or I'm sorry, it was too big for my lips, and it was just very hard to apply the lipstick. I made a bunch of mistakes. I had to go back in and correct it. So the shape just wasn't for me. The other thing I just want to point out, and this is just something if you tend to be a bit particular about the way your things look, your cosmetics look, because of the shape of, or because of the finish on this lipstick tube, I see my fingerprints all over it. So this is one of those things where it's either not going to bother you, or you're going to find yourself continually wiping down the case to only have your fingerprints on it again. I just wanted to point that out because I noticed it as I was applying the lipsticks. Keep in mind that some of the shades, especially the one I'm wearing right now, it said the name of the shade is Plum Sublime, and I thought it was going to be a very dark plum, and it came out more as a bright fuchsia pink. So some of the shade swatches you might see online may not be exactly true to color as when they are applied. Overall, I will definitely use the lipsticks I have. I would be very hesitant to buy any more, predominantly because of the contour of the lipstick. With time, that will get worn down, but I would prefer to spend my money on a product where I know it's just going to work from the get-go. And there's so many different lipsticks available, you know, on the market, that there's no reason to spend money on a lipstick that's just not going to work the way you want it to work. If you are considering purchasing some of these lipsticks, I do recommend starting off with one and just seeing if that concave shape works for you. I will say, if you do have full lips, you probably are in the clear. It's just for women and men who have average size to thin lips, it could be potentially problematic. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Subscribe now to Lauren O'Connell Beauty TV, and let's navigate together through the world of beauty.